So the early weigh-ins have just wrapped up and the main event is official. Both Conor and Dustin weighed in at 156 pounds. The backup for the fight, Rafael dos Anjos, also made weight at 156 pounds. The co-main event, Stephen Thompson and Gilbert Burns both made 170.5 pounds. Also got a quick fight announcement. Khamzat Chimaev has been officially booked to fight Li Jingliang at UFC 267 on October 30th in Abu Dhabi. Now back to Conor McGregor. The next story comes from his interview with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. was asking Conor about former opponents and what's next for him, and the topic of Khabib comes up and Conor goes off on a rant. Here's what he said.
Who's next, assuming you beat Dustin?
I would go for that lightweight belt. The lightweight belt, of course. Okay. Oliveira, the Brazilian.
Okay.
Then we'll look to replicate. We'll go back up weight divisions and whatnot. And
what about Nate Diaz? A trilogy?
Of course, that's all. That has to happen. That must take place. That fight will take place, of course. Yeah, that fight will take place.
I'm thinking about that because, again, I go back to you, Conor. Nurmagomedov lost. Dustin Poirier lost.
Where's he gone, Bo? Where's he now?
He's retired.
Yeah, well, why? He went sprinting. He's gone. Shit, his jocks came fat and riding off. He done nothing in the sport. All he done in the sport. He is undefeated. Yeah, oh, brilliant. And what?
He's never lost?
He was 13-0 fighting guys with 3 wins and 6 losses. It was his father's shows. His father had the shows set up, and he was fighting bleeding guys with like 2 wins and 8 losses and all. That's his record up until he's 20-0. He has 3 fights on the trot in the UFC. Before that, that done him well. And then before that, it's nothing. It's pullouts. Couldn't make weight. You know, that's that. So,
now the last time
and now he's gone.
Okay.
Conor in the same interview also said that he believes decision losses and submission taps do not count towards your fight record. Here's what he said.
My record in mixed martial arts competition is 19 wins and 1 loss. I only count knockouts. Dustin's record is 13 wins, 2 losses. The only thing that's final in this business is a knockout. All the decisions, the taps, all that means nothing to me. I'm coming to take a man's head off, and that's it. You know what I mean? I was aiming to put a few holes in his head the last time. Now I'm going to put a few holes in his head and send it into the bleachers.
Khabib saw the quote and this is his response. There is nothing better in this sport than bringing your opponent to the deep ocean, let them know what they're about, and let them tap. Max Holloway also chimed in. He wrote, I agree. I'm undefeated then. Signed, the best boxer in UFC, baby. The next story comes from Sean O'Malley, who has high praise for his opponent, Kris Moutinho. Speaking to media, O'Malley says that this guy is not a scrub like people are saying, and in fact that he is a very dangerous fighter that could KO him. Here's what he said.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the word around town. It's a lot of people think it's a lose-lose for me. I make a lot of money, go out there and knock this kid out. This kid's tough. This is not, you know, I watched one of his fights this morning for the first time. He's not just a scrub. He's not a nobody. I mean, he is kind of a nobody. No one really knows who he is, but to be fair, not a lot of people know who Simon is, really. I mean, he's beat a couple dudes in the UFC. I couldn't tell you how many fights he's even had in the UFC. So yeah, he comes in there, shocks the world. It's a huge fight for him. Props for him just, you know, stepping up to take it. You know, he might be thinking it's a win-win for him. He goes out there and loses. He's in the UFC. But I don't just knock people out. I change people's careers. I really, you know, mentally, the way I knock people out, they gotta, you know, they step into that cage, they're different the next fight out there. So this could be the beginning of his career, or this could be the end of his career. We'll see. I'm ready for 15-minute war. This kid's tough. My knockouts don't come from me trying to get viral knockouts. They come from, this is just my style. It's how I've been knocking people out since I was 16 years old. It just happens. And if I go out there and try to force something like that, that's when it gets, you know, that's when it's dangerous for me. So I go out there, I'm ready for 15-minute war. Just so happens that I find people's chins in spectacular fashion.
So in yesterday's UFC 264 press conference, we saw Conor trying to involve Dustin's wife into the feud. Here's the clip.
Is this getting personal for you at this point?
Nah, straight business, man. This is,
You're only a little bitch. Your wife is your husband. You're only a little bitch of a thing, a silly little hillbilly. Joe Lee's wife! Joe Lee's wife! Joe Lee's wife! Joe Lee's wife! You little bitch of a thing.
you used to be a lot better than that, man. The trash talk was a lot better than that.
Conor also posted a screenshot of Dustin's wife supposedly in his Instagram DMs earlier in the week. Dustin told Michael Bisping in an interview that he and his wife laughed at Conor about faking a screenshot. Now, speaking backstage right after the press conference, Dustin told Brett Okamoto that Conor shouldn't be talking about marriages with his past. Here's what Dustin said.
For me, smooth sailing, man. I don't really... I felt like I saw a guy who's unsure of himself, scared, trying to hype himself up. I felt good.
What about him made you think that?
Just how crazy he has to, I feel like he has to work himself up to be that guy, you know, and I am that guy. I don't have to do that, I know. You know, if he'd have got close enough, you'd have seen it. And that's it. That's just it. I just know who I am. I don't have to be crazy.
But when you're in an arena and fans are reacting to it and he's talking about personal stuff, did any of it bother you?
No, it was kind of like that made it him less powerful, I felt, because he's talking silly stuff about my wife's, she's my husband or something. Like, what the f*** are you even talking about? You know? He shouldn't even be talking about marriages, you know, with the shit he's out there doing, so.
What about his decision to try and kind of throw a little kick at you at the stare down? What did you make of that?
Dana said he got kneed in the stomach. The shot hit him. Yeah. That's cute, man. Have fun. I'm gonna be doing the real kicking on Saturday night.
The trash talk between Conor and Dustin continued to Twitter. Conor posted a picture of himself and Dustin wrote under it, "Your trash talk is as thin as your hair these days. See you soon, champ champ." Conor responded instantly by saying, "Your wife wants to see the hair around my dick and balls, bro. See what that's like. The message request is real. No trash talk. Man to man, it's effed up. I seen your interview with Michael Bisping. You think it was fake. It's not. Think about it in the sauna." Conor also screen recorded his phone to show proof that Dustin's wife was in his DMs. He uploaded to his Twitter showing him just clicking back and forth on her profile, showing that it's real. Let me know your thoughts on the entire situation in the comments down below. The next story comes from Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who talks about the welterweight title picture. Speaking to media, Wonderboy says he has no idea why Colby Covington is even being considered next in line for Kamaru Usman. Here's what he said.
I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, this is the first time in a while that I faced somebody ranked higher than me. So I think this is awesome. And hats off to Gilbert Burns because nobody else wanted to take it. Gilbert Burns, after that loss with Usman, he's like, you know what? I'm going to give Steven his shot. So I think this is awesome. It's big for me because you never know. The next shot could be the title shot. I know they're talking about Colby Covington. Of course, I don't know why they're talking about Colby Covington, but Leon Edwards especially deserves the title. He's on a 9-fight winning streak. But with a good win over Gilbert Burns, got to put me at the top of the list for sure.
When they mentioned the name Gilbert Burns, they said a lot of respect for him stepping up. What do you think about him as a competitor and his, the style that he brings?
He's tough cookie to crack for sure. I mean, he's good everywhere, kind of like preparing for Rory McDonald all over again. Good strikings, knock guys out, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. And it's funny, man, everyone's like, man, his jiu-jitsu's crazy. I'm like, yeah, I will never be as good as him in jiu-jitsu. I'm a brown belt, come on. But I'm confident in my takedown defense in order to keep this fight standing. And every fight starts on their feet. So he's tough, man. And I've gone back and watched a lot of his videos, and I know he's a smart guy, good athlete, so I know he's made some changes, but I'm willing to make those changes and adapt mid-fight if I have to. So this what makes it fun for me, preparing for guys like this.
The next story comes from Gilbert Burns, who's fighting Stephen Thompson this weekend. Speaking to media, Gilbert reveals that lots of high-ranked opponents turned him down before he ended up with the Stephen Thompson fight. Here's what he said.
I was going to say, in your return fight, obviously they showed that they still think of you as a top contender by giving you Wonderboy. What did you think when they gave you that as the matchup?
Anyone, if you can't personally, I know they're never going to say that in the media, but if you personally ask Sean Shelby, never turned down a fight, it's not going to be the first time. And to be honest, I talked to Ali, my manager. We sat down, talked to the coach. And the dream's still there, still alive. I still want to be the champion. That's my main goal. And we see how many fights I should have to get a title shot. But that is a question that no one can answer. Nowadays, it's all about a performance. If you go out there, we see a couple guys, 10-fight win streak, 7-fight win streak, they don't get a title shot. Why? Because of the performance, it didn't make a good case. So, and then I say I want to get the title again. I want to get to the title shot. I want to win that title. That's my main goal. And then, okay, let's get the top guys in the division. And then I asked for the number 1. He said no. I asked number 3. They say no. So who's next? Number 4, 5. And then that's how we break down the fight. And they offered me a Wonderboy, and I say yes right away. And there's the fight to make. And And I think stylistic too, he's a great matchup. And me and Wonderboy, we're on the same path. We fought for the title. We both get a little taste of that title, but we still want to be the champion. So yeah, that's a great fight.
That about wraps up the video for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more. But anyways, have a great day and enjoy the fights on the weekend.